What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Advocate. Today, I'm Laporsche. We are talking all things Oscars. And this episode is all about predictions, which everyone loves, okay? Oppenheimer is dominating this year with 13 nods, and Poor Things is following close behind with 11. I'm back with the fabulous and talented Rachel Smith, darling.
Darling, hello.
And the writer extraordinaire, Tracy Gilchrist. What's up? Welcome back, ladies.
Thank you for having me.
So
Thanks for having us back.
We had fun in the last one. Okay, everyone loves talking predictions, but we get to do it through the lens of equality, community, and of course, diversity, which is really important to us here at Equal Pride. So let's get to it, shall we?
Yes.
Big 5 awards at the Oscars are Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress, and Best Screenplay. All right, so for Best Picture, we have faves nominated such as American Fiction, Poor Things, Oppenheimer, Killer of the Flower Moon, and more. All right, we are not going to make people wait. Rachel, who do you think will take Best Picture? What is the Hollywood talk?
Let me just listen. You guys know I live in Las Vegas, so let me use some Vegas terms. I would double down. I would go all in. It's going to be Oppenheimer. Now, I'm not saying that is my personal favorite. That's not who I'm going to be rooting for, but it will be a shock if any other Best Picture, and it could happen because maybe people think Oppenheimer's got it, so they want to vote for some other, or give Barbie some love, or Poor Things, or American Fiction. But if I was a betting girl, and I am some days, I would put my money on Oppenheimer.
Of course you are in Vegas. Okay, Tracy, what are your thoughts on Best Picture? Who's going to take it, girl?
If I were betting, it's Oppenheimer. It's just swept so many of the awards. Personally, I'm a Poor Things girl, or I would love it to be Barbie, just to give that to Greta Gerwig, because she didn't have the director nomination. And it is an incredible film that made so much money and made people happy and was incredibly diverse. There was, lots of representation in that. So I would love for that, but it's Oppenheimer. I just don't really think
you'll be shocked if it's not. I mean, listen, Barbie checked all of the boxes, and it started a lot of conversation. And all of us were showing up wearing our pink, to the movies. Listen, I have a lot of homeboys who bought the I Am Knuff shirt. Yes, they have the I Am Knuff shirt. I cannot tell you how many people hit me up for Halloween. It was like, want to be my Barbie and I'll be Ken? I cannot tell you, the girl was a hot commodity this Halloween. All right. Okay. So I'm going to, stray from the pack real quick, even though I know that these ladies are probably right. I'm going to root for American Fiction. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going
to pray that those two pull through. Okay. So next, let's talk Best Screenplay. Fun fact, I did some research earlier and found that Best Screenplay is awarded to the actual writers, while Best Picture is awarded to the producers of the film. So just in case you didn't know that. Best Screenplay is a pretty stacked category, ladies. Okay, so we have American Fiction, Oppenheimer, Barbie, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest, which I don't really remember that movie. Who is taking the cake? Tracy, you go first. Best Screenplay. Who do you think have it?
I mean, I would love to see American Fiction take Best Screenplay. It's a strong story. I loved it. So I hope it does. But also, I mean, they're split into two. So there's original and adapted.
Yeah.
I also, again, I have to go with my May-December, Sammy Birch for May-December. I loved that film and I thought that was a terrific screenplay. But I love American Fiction. I would love to see that one win.
Okay, Rachel, what do you think?
I would love to see, for adapted screenplay, Cord Jefferson win for American Fiction. He's a first-time filmmaker. And a fun fact, he used to be one of us, you guys. He used to be a journalist.
Really?
Interviewing celebrities. Yeah. He told me, I met him at a Q&A in Los Angeles. He was like, I used to go to Harry Potter junkets and interview movies and do premieres. So he was actually a journalist, which makes sense because he's a writer. And so this is his very first film. I think it is so smart. It's so clever. And I'm sure you guys appreciate, listen, I love a Fast and the Furious 17 as much as the next guy, right? But it's like any creative, original idea, I know it's adapted screenplay, but still to bring that to the big screen in such a well done way with such a phenomenal cast. It had something to say and was entertaining, kind of like Barbie. So I would love to see American Fiction win. But again, Greta, I would love to see her get her due at some point as well.
She deserves. Okay, so for Best Actress, we have Emma Stone, Lily Gladstone, Annette Bening, Carey Mulligan, Sandra Huller. Who's taking it really quick, ladies? Which one are y'all thinking is going to take the cake for Best Actress?
I think it's going to be Lily Gladstone. I think she's going to make history, which is, incredible as the first Indigenous actress to do so, to win that. I loved Emma Stone. I thought it was a very, very brave performance, like just unhinged. And Sandra Hüller, I thought that she was terrific in Anatomy of a Fall. Again, and I know that you mentioned Fantasia, Laporsche.
I was going to say, now Fantasia is my sorority sister. I do feel like my sorority sister was snubbed. I have to for her, and I think part of the reason, ladies, is that a lot of the times, Fantasia in most people's mind is like so relatable to that character, because if you know her story, you know that she's been through so much. And I think that for some people, you don't really understand the acting that went into that. So I have to cape for my sorority sister. Okay, on really quick to Best Supporting Actress, because we have some fan favorites nominated. We have America Ferrera, Daniela Brooks, Emily Blunt, Jodie Foster, and Davine Joy Randolph. I'm rooting for Danielle Brooks because although I feel like The Color Purple could have been better in some areas, I'm going to be honest right there. I do feel like she had a very strong performance that was not talked about enough to me. Rachel, what are your thoughts?
I agree. I mean, honestly, and by the way, I echo what Tracy said. I think Lily Gladstone will win, should win for Best Actress. I think it'll be a wonderful moment at the Oscars. I also thought Danielle Brooks, I don't think The Color Purple got nearly enough love. I thought seeing a powerful movie with, how often do we see a major, big budget feature film with all women of color front and center, telling such an empowered story? I thought that was so amazing. She's calling me right now and saying, yes, I agree, Rachel. You know what I mean? But I just think that it's like, it's unfortunate, but Danielle Brooks, by the way, I saw her on Broadway when she played the character, which of course made famous by Oprah, Sophia. So I think Danielle Brooks was phenomenal, well-deserved, but I don't think it's going to go to Danielle. And I think Tracy knows who I think it's going to go to. I bet you echo the same thing.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to go to, Tracy?
Davine Joy Randolph has all the heat. She's swept, and unfortunately, that is the one film I have not seen yet. I've heard she's terrific in it, but coming out of The Color Purple, I walked out of that film and said, "This is Danielle's. She's got it." Me too. I thought with so many strong performances. Taraji was incredible. Coleman, if I didn't know that Coleman Domingo is a really sweet, lovely gay man, I would have been terrified. Right? He was so good in that. And, Fantasia, of course. But when I walked out, I thought Danielle she
was the standout.
She walked away with it. Yeah.
She was the standout when that jail scene and her being quiet for about 7 years and slowly finding her way back. And she found her way back through, of course, men being very patronizing at her, throwing a joke in there. I just thought it was such an incredibly strong performance. And I really love Coleman Domingo as well. However, I have to be honest, I don't think that Rustin was a strong enough film. And I did a lot of coverage for it. To me, I really feel like it felt quick, if that makes sense. I thought that his performance was spectacular, but the movie as a whole, it felt just a little quick to me. Love Coleman, big fan, and of course a big fan of his portrayal in The Color Purple. I was like, "Oh, Coleman, is that you?"
He had a huge year. He was like,
scary.
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
He scared me in that. Oh, but we've seen him do that in Zola too, which was wild, really frightening.
Y'all, I can't wait to see, the outcome. I want to see who is correct. Did we get it right? Okay, listen, I love having all of this women power anytime, but especially during Women's History Month, as I already told you guys. Thank you so much, Tracy and Rachel, for joining me. Be sure to go over to out.com for the latest Oscars coverage and let us know was we right, Was we wrong? We're going to find out one day, honey. Were we right, honey? We're going to find out real soon. So thank you so much. And
Thank you, Laporsche.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Happy Women's History Month, you guys.
Yes.